Namaste. Today I'm going to share with you an American style of Vinyasa yoga. This is loosely based upon Ashtanga and it's meant to heal and transform the physical body. Let's begin. Come to the top of your mat with your feet firmly placed on the ground. Feeling the four corners of the feet firmly rooted into the earth, pick up all of your 10 toes and place one down on the earth at a time. Just see if you can do that. The feet are together, so the feet are together, and that is for energetic reasons, just to lock in our energy, as opposed to hips width apart. This is a balancing posture when the feet are together, whereas if our feet are apart, we're not in a balancing posture, although it might be more comfortable for you. So try to stand in this mountain pose, this balancing posture. Allow yourself to come forward off your center, and then come back, go to the side, and experiment with your balance here just for a moment. Feel what it's like to be off-center, and then come back to equanimity, channeling and coming into the plumb line. So feeling that core center, Sushumna Nadi, the axis of our being here. Finding balance, rolling the shoulders back, the palms face forward as if they were in our back pockets. Take a moment to scan your body through the power of your awareness. Bringing your awareness to the bottom of your feet and then the top of your feet. Bring your awareness to your ankles, the calves and the shins. Trace your awareness up to your kneecaps, lifting up and out of the knees, relaxing the quadriceps and the hamstrings. Draw your awareness to your pelvic bowl. Allow your pelvic bowl just to rock back and forth for a moment, releasing tension in the pelvic bowl. Lifting up and out of the pelvis, relaxing the belly and noticing all the muscles around the low back. Taking a moment just to observe the condition of your belly today. Is it full or is it light? What's the condition of your belly at this moment? Tracing your awareness up to your rib cage, your diaphragm, breathing into the lungs. Tracing your awareness up to your chest, relaxing the chest, perhaps rolling the shoulders a few times back, feeling as if a waterfall were cascading down your back, just allowing the shoulders to melt downwards. Relaxing the biceps and the elbows, relaxing the forearms and the hands, tracing your awareness back up your arms to your neck, relax the neck and the throat. See if you can bring your awareness to every hair on your head, becoming aware of every single hair on your head, and then taking a moment to notice your third eye, your mental command center, bringing your awareness to your forehead, perhaps even gazing out through Chittakasha, the blank space behind the forehead. And just noticing for a moment the weather condition of your mind today. What has been the nature of your thoughts today? Have the thoughts been quick and fast, jumping from past to future, from thought to thought? Or perhaps your mind has been slow and lethargic. Or perhaps the mind is clear and at peace. So without judgment, just taking notice of the weather condition of your mind today, and that it changes from day to day. Then coming to the details of the face, relaxing the eyelids and the nose, letting the soft palate of the mouth gently lift, relaxing the jaw and the ears. And then just taking a moment here, bringing your hands to your low belly, breathing in and out of the low belly, starting the engine of the breath. So we're breathing in and out of the lower belly here, inhaling to expand, and then exhaling, hugging the navel in towards the spine, contracting, exhale. Inhaling, expand. Exhaling, contract. So with this engine of the breath turned on, we engage our Ujjayi breath. So by gently constricting the back of the throat, we begin this deep Ujjayi breath that we use in our Vinyasa yoga practice. Inhaling, exhaling. hearing the sound of the ocean in your breath. And to begin, we bring our arms up, inhaling Suriya Namaskar A, exhaling, bowing with devotion. Inhaling, gently lift and lengthen. Exhaling, fold, planting the hands. The shoulders are over the wrists, stepping back into a strong plank posture and lowering to the earth. The navel or core is turned on. Flipping over the toes, breathe in, rise up and rolling the shoulders back. Or you can come into a low cobra posture here to protect the lower lumbar spine. Exhaling, I'm pressing up and back. 5 breaths in our beautiful downward facing dog inversion. Deep Ujjayi breath. Inhaling to expand. Exhaling, contract. Continuing to breathe here. The ankles or the heels are pressing down towards the earth as our hamstrings elongate and lengthen. If you know your bandhas or your Muladhara Uddiyana Bandha root lock, then you can engage those bandhas there at the low belly as you continue to breathe. Or gently can lift and contract the PC muscle, the pelvic floor, as we press back. And exhaling fully after your 5th breath, stepping forward, inhaling and rising up with your inhale, reaching up to the sky for a moment, exhaling, bringing the arms down, pausing, closing down the eyes. We notice the effects of the Suriya Namaskar A, Vinyasa, and just repose in the after effect. Taking a few moments here just to notice the effects of this Vinyasa flow. We're worshiping the sun in the Surya Namaskar, greeting the sun. So with that energy of worshiping the sun, greeting the day, inhaling, rising up, exhaling, bowing forward. Inhale, gently lift and lengthen. My head draws forward as my coccyx or low back draws towards the back wall. Exhale, stepping into a plank posture, the navel center is turned on. I'm gently coming forward and lowering down as my elbows come in. Exhaling, inhale, and exhale back. Into our downward facing dog. Just noticing if your dog is too short or too long and what your tendency might be there. And then just finding what works for you here as you breathe deeply. 5 breaths. Filling the body with fresh prana and then contracting, expelling any tension with your exhale. And after your 5th breath, coming forward and inhaling, lifting up and coming back into our mountain pose, exhaling. Closing down the eyes once more as we begin our Vinyasa yoga practice with this Suriya Namaskar A. Just taking a moment, feeling the effects. Perhaps you feel energized. And beginning again, we inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, diving forward. Inhale, gently lift and lengthen. Exhale, planting the hands and stepping back into our plank pose. We exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. The shoulders come back, protecting the lower lumbar spine. And our final Suriya Namaskar A, breathing 5 deep breaths here. The hamstrings are lengthening, the seat is reaching up towards the sky. I'm gently contracting the pelvic floor. My shoulders are wrapping around, hugging my shoulders in, protecting the shoulder girdle, and relaxing the head and neck. If you need to pedal the legs out, that's fine as well. Long, deep Ujjayi breaths. Inhaling, coming forward. Gently lift and lengthen, and exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, rising up, protecting the lower lumbar spine. And exhale, completing the posture. Coming back to our mountain pose. My feet are together because this is a balancing posture. Now we will move into our Suriya Namaskar B. In this variation introduces a chair posture as well as warrior A. Are you ready? Inhale, rooting down as you rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gently lift and lengthen. And coming into our chair pose. In our chair pose, we can see our toes if we look down. Seated, exhaling, diving forward. Inhale, gently lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, and lowering to the earth. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right leg steps forward into our warrior A. My hips are facing forward as I inhale to rise, and I exhale to return. Inhale, exhaling back, bringing my left leg forward. My hips are facing forward. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. 5 breaths here. Exhaling, coming forward, and then coming back into a chair for a moment, and let's stand into our mountain posture, and just taking a moment to notice the effects of our Surya Namaskar B. And again, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, chair, exhaling, forward fold, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling back, inhaling, stepping forward. My feet, I'm giving enough space for my hips to face forward. My knee is over my ankle. Exhale. Left side, stepping forward, noting my knee position. My hips are forward. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling. 5 breaths here. Allowing yourself just to rest, relaxing the neck. The spine is long, creating space between the vertebrae. Pressing my fingers very firmly into the earth, really to support myself, especially noticing that L shape between the index finger and the thumb, as well as the middle finger's position. And at the end of our 5th breath, we're going to step forward again. You can also hop, if that's safe for you. Inhaling, exhale, fold. We'll come into a chair to stand. You can bring your hands out and around, or you could bring them down in front of you. For a more traditional Suriya Namaskar B. And then release. Taking a few moments, we have one more round of Suriya Namaskar B. If your wrists are feeling a lot of pressure there, you can just roll them out for a moment, shake out the wrists. Before we go through our last round, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gently lift. Exhale, fold, step back. Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows are coming in. Exhale, inhale, rising up. Exhale, pressing back. Inhale. Notice the edge of your back foot and the angle of the back foot. Slightly turned in. So as I step forward, my back foot is at an angle. And exhaling, pressing back. 5 breaths. Releasing. You can even visualize or imagine or breathe earth energy up the inner thighs, the yin meridians of the inner thighs. Feeling that energy rising up and then pouring down over your vertebra, over your spine. So you inhale energy up the inner thighs, allowing it to accumulate at the seat or the perineum, and then allowing that energy just to wash over your back as you exhale, like a waterfall cascading. Of course, this is not a traditional meditation to do in this posture. It's just something that you might like to explore as you breathe there. And then exhaling, gently stepping or safely hopping forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll come through a chair. And exhale, you can bring your hands down through the center to lock in that practice. Thanking yourself. And then releasing, noticing, and reposing in the after effect of this Suriya Namaskar B. Now we're going to move into a creative variation on this traditional Ashtanga practice. I'm just turning around this direction, but you can stay as you are. Taking a few moments just to integrate that beautiful Suriya Namaskar A and B flow. Noticing how we've just really worked the glands, the lymphatic system, and we've contracted and expanded, really just to pump and remove toxins. We've stretched and elongated at the level of the muscles. The blood may be running through you, enhancing your circulation, your blood flow, as well as some cardio we get in there, although it is so more important to protect the wrists and to protect the shoulders than to use our vinyasa as our cardio practice. Moving into this vinyasa flow, Feel free to stand at the top, or if you're very tall. If you're very small like me, it may not matter. But inhaling, we rise up to greet the day. And exhaling, forward folding, just swan diving forward. I like to bend my knees here, but you can stay straight if that serves you. Inhaling and then exhaling, stepping back. Inhaling to rise, exhaling back. And we're going to take our right leg and lift our right leg without yet opening the hip. So noticing this is an internal rotation. For me, internal rotation is much more challenging than that external rotation. You might have the opposite phenomenon. And then I'm just going to open my hip and stack them while I keep my shoulders square. And I'm going to bend and open. You can also straighten and feel even a stretch in that side body and right armpit. And then coming back, we're going to bring the knee to the chest or the forehead. And again, this is a little bit of core, turning on the core. One more time. And then stepping forward into this crescent pose. So here I'm really setting myself up for success. My knee is stacked over my ankle, and my back ankle is really reaching back towards the wall. And I'm just going to rise up. I like to scoop up the energy here. And rising into this crescent posture. Spending a moment here in this balancing posture. Yours might be much shorter here. But if you want to really feel that adductor turned on in the left hip. And then you have variations of the arms, a steeple top grip, locking the fingers, raising the palms up. You could even come here, and we're breathing deeply. For a few breaths. I'm opening now to my warrior posture, to the side here. I'm really pressing my knee towards you, towards the front of the room there. I'm opening and then extending and elongating the arms. I'm just negotiating my position in space into this warrior two for a few breaths. And then inhaling, and I'm going to exhale and reverse my warrior. And then coming back to warrior two, let's just cycle down to the floor, windmilling the arms, firmly planting the hands, and stepping back to our plank. Let's just spend a moment exploring our plank posture here. My shoulders are over my wrists, my fingers are very separated, and I'm pressing firmly into the earth to buoy myself, to lift myself up. My feet are actually together, and my heels are reaching towards the back wall. Well, there's an isometric contraction. My crown is simultaneously reaching towards the front. And I'm rolling and hugging my shoulders in for a healthy, safe shoulder girdle. I'm plugging them in, and my core is really turned on here. My inner thighs are caffeinated. And then I'm going to exhale my chaturanga and come all the way to the ground. Placing my forehead on the earth, just taking a moment here. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, just exploring a low cobra. Inhaling and then exhaling down. Let's do that one more time. Now bring my hands back, and then let's lift everything. And exhale down. Let's do that again. Strengthening the low back there. Bringing the hands forward, we'll try a Superman. The whole body comes up, the back legs lift, exhaling down. And let's inhale to hold just for a few breaths. Bringing the hands back under the shoulders. Let's lift into an upward facing dog now. And then press back. Taking a few breaths. Resetting in our downward facing dog. And then coming forward. Gently lift. Exhale. And rise up. Beautiful. Asana, mountain pose. Closing the eyes down, just noticing how that crescent moon felt. Moving into that warrior two and then reversing the warrior. And again now, rising up. Gathering up all that energy in the sky, bringing it down, grounding it to the earth, exhaling, gently lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, bowing down to the earth. Chaturanga Dandasana, flipping over the toes, and exhaling down, back. Inhale, lifting the left leg, again working our core. The knee comes to the forehead. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lift. Exhale, contract. Opening the left hip. You can elongate the leg and then opening up the whole left side of the body. And coming back, stepping through for our crescent lunge. Inhaling into this posture. Choosing your arm variation of choice, whatever works for you is fine. Another focusing on that left foot grounding down and that right ankle pressing back to the wall behind. And then just observing and seeing if the left knee is really stacked like a bridge, structurally sound over that left ankle. Noticing any tightness in the adductor or the hip, the quadricep. And just breathing here. The drishti and gaze through as we practice is soft and focused. As we continue to breathe, filling the body with fresh prana, and also the breath is anchoring our focal point. So our awareness is on the breath. And then let's just open to our warrior two, very simple. So my left knee is really pressing towards the window. So it's engaged, I'm not bowing in. So just noticing if your left knee is bowing in and if you can engage it rather and open up and out and wrap those muscles around. And then tucking the sacrum, the coccyx here and then lifting through the low belly to really turn on. And then noticing the edge of the back foot there supporting me, that beautiful line. The arms elongating, and then the gaze just gently falls over the fingers. Inhaling and exhaling back to our warrior. Opening, looking up. You can bring the arm up for some extra core, or rest it down. And then let's just windmill back down. Your quadricep probably is fired up. Getting yourself firmly rooted here. And then I'm just lifting myself up really to step back. Exhaling down. Inhaling, rising up. And exhaling back. Noticing the placement of your body in space. And can you be in a more supportive place here? And exhaling, just resetting, releasing. End of your last exhale, come forward Gently lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. And inhale, I like to rise up with a curved spine just to protect myself. Wonderful. Just take a moment now to integrate this beautiful vinyasa flow. Let's come into some forward folds. So here you might like to spread the feet apart finally. Feet are under the hips there. I'm just going to lift up. Rising up, my shoulders are coming down as I lift up. And forward folding, just gently folding. And taking my two peace fingers, my ring finger and middle finger, and I'm just wrapping them around my big toe. And I'm going to inhale, lift to lengthen, and then exhale, bending my elbows out towards the sides of the room. I'm just gently pulling myself in. Very gentle. I'm not really forcing, just some leverage. If you want to bend your knees here and rest your belly on your quadriceps, on your legs, that's also a wonderful compression for the gut, the belly, and will help also if you want to just have more release in the spine. Otherwise, it can be a hamstring activation, and then the inversion. So wonderful to drain the lymphatic system with these beautiful inversions, just to remove toxins from the body. And then, of course, creating space in the vertebra and relaxing the neck. Maybe shaking your head yes and no. Even buoying yourself, being a little buoyant here is totally fine. And just taking some deep breaths in this beautiful forward fold with our peace fingers around our toes. And then releasing and coming into another forward fold. So here, let's just take our palms of our hands underneath our feet, our padas. So then the back of my hands are pressed into the mat, and the bottoms of my feet are standing on my hands. Hasta. And then my toes are really even touching my wrists. And if I were to wiggle them, I could give a little massage to my toes. And I'm bending my knees. And then I can rock forward and just experiment with my balance here. So this should be like a massage for the hands and the wrists. It should not be painful. Lovely. You can just release. And then a fun forward fold that I like to mix it up with is just to take the right hand behind the right leg and then placing the hand on the shin there. I then do the same with my left and I get a little wrap going in here. And I just love this one. Then you can hug yourself in. So my wrists are in an X crossed over each other here. And then just releasing, spending a few minutes more. You could even just wrap the arms here. Sway a little bit side to side. Forward folds are so great for our health. And if you can do one every single day, this would be the posture. If you could only do one posture every day, this might be the one, depending on your constitution. Inhale, rise up, and just notice any tension or crunchiness, the reverb in the low back. And you might like just to shake it out. Shake it out just a little bit for a minute. And now we're going to go into another American style vinyasa flow, just for some fun and movement. So coming to stand at the top of your mat, inhaling, rise up Joyfully exhaling, bow down with surrender. Inhaling, filling the body with fresh prana. Exhaling, contracting, expelling any toxins through the breath. Exhale, forward fold. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting my right leg, and I'm just going to open it for a moment. Then come back, hugging the knee in, stepping forward, and opening to warrior two. Again, inhaling, reversing just for a moment, and then coming around here into this reversed crescent lunge. And then opening again, pivoting on my back demi-point. And then I'm going to try that again. So I'm just windmilling, and I'm shifting and pivoting on the demi-point of my back foot. So see if you can hinge there. And just one more time, inhaling and exhaling. And I'm twisting into a prayer. And you'll see it better on the other side. Coming back into a warrior. Let's see if we can take off into a crescent lunge. If you have some blocks, you can grab one here. So feeling really firmly rooted on the ground. You can come into this pose however you like. I like just to fly into it because it's fun. And my left back foot is flexed. My arms, my wingspan is open and reaching. And the crown of my head is pointing up. And I'm just going to come back into my warrior. And reverse. Lovely. And then just spend one moment here in side angle. If you want to really go for it, feel free to bring your hand to the earth or a block. I'm happy right here for the most part. And if I bring my hand up and forward and then even scan the width of the wall, I can open my side body. My psoas can get a little bit more activation. And then exhaling, let's reverse again. And then coming back to the earth, let's spend a few more moments on this right side while we're down here. Let's lift up into this Suriya Namaskar C lunge. Just take a moment. I'm just allowing myself to come forward just to get into that left adductor. And then let's look at this posture a little more closely. What if I tuck and lift my pelvis? So just pretending like there's drawstrings here between my lower floating rib and my hips. What if I just activated my core and just zipped up there and then allowed my pelvis just to come down so that coccyx points down towards the earth? And then what if I kept all of that and then I came forward? What would happen then? Then I'm just noticing my quad, even my IT band, my TFL kind of getting some action there. And then you can bring your arms up if you like, or just feel free to keep them on the knee. Taking a few breaths here. Let's just fold now. Release and fold into a half Hanumanasana, Ardha Hanumanasana. And then the foot flexes back, the toes come back towards the face as I get this nice hamstring stretch. If you are a lucky, flexible person, then you can go into your full split too, as you wish. Here I'm really feeling the activation in my IT band running up the right side of my right leg. Just for a moment there, then coming forward. Let's just take advantage of this moment to come into a pigeon. So here I just wiggled my left foot over, and actually my shin is parallel to the top of my mat, but if that doesn't serve you, you could really bend it in. But what happens if you keep that? If you need to grab some support, lifting up, the back leg is long and extended behind me, and then I'm just going to forward fold here and feel my glute being activated. And let's surrender here for a moment. breathing. Inhale, come up, firmly planting the hands, and we're going to step back, lifting up here onto the back toes, and stepping into a plank, releasing down, inhaling up. You notice in my up dog, my quads actually stay lifted. Exhale, back. Second side, lifting and opening, coming back, stepping forward, placing the foot down and opening into our beautiful warrior two. Noticing the placement of the knee over the ankle, and my left knee is coming towards you. I'm not bowing in, I'm actively engaged. I'm really opening my pelvic bowl towards the windows. Noticing the alignment, your ankle may be perfectly aligned there with your ankle to ankle alignment. Like on a tightrope even. If you need more space, feel free. And then coming into this really fun flow, pivoting into a twist. Twisted crescent here. So my right armpit is locked around my left knee, and my hands are really pressed together, Anjali Mudra, and I'm looking up, and we're not really holding this, but I wanted to show you that. And then again, flowing, balancing, breathing, opening, and again, one more time. Woo. And opening. And then we're just gonna take off into a crescent moon. Wobbling is wonderful, falling is fabulous. Balance comes and goes, and you'll notice you have more balance maybe on one side than the other. And keeping your focus or drishti in one place is the key to balance. I just love this hip opening in this posture. My wingspan is just as long as it can be. And then I'm going to step back and reverse. Beautiful. Let's come down. Just taking a moment, dropping the right knee down, coming forward. I'm just allowing just for a moment, just myself just to plop into the pose without any alignment. And then coming back, and what if we take that same action? So a drawstring here, a girdling effect there, zipping effect, a zipper effect. So Muladhara, Mulabandha, and Uddiyana Bandha, those locks can come into play, or you're just lifting the pelvic bowl with a contraction in the PC muscle. And then my sacrum, my tailbone's just coming down. And then I'm going to come forward with that engagement on. And then I can really feel it in my right hip. The connective tissue, the scar tissue there, it's limiting my range of motion. It's best to be worked out in a yin posture. We can really just notice here and maybe even have some release through our breath. Breathing, you can use your arms however you like. If you're feeling open, you can open the arms, or if you want more support, clasping the hands over the knee. Super beautiful. And then exhaling. Here we are, again, Ardha Hanumanasana. So Hanuman, Lord Hanuman, is a great devotee. He loves Lord Ram and Sita so much. And the story of Lord Hanuman is that he underestimated himself. It's the story that he just thought he was a regular old monkey. He someone put a spell on him, and then he realized actually he was divine. He was a god. So too, we can remember who we truly are in this pose as we bow forward to Hanumanasana. Take that great leap of faith and really believe in ourselves and know we are worthy and deserving. So just a moment to reflect on self-worth here in this challenging pose for some. Or even if you're really good in this pose, maybe that gives you a sense of external validation rather than that deep sense of self-worth. Exhaling, taking this occasion while we're here, just to come into our pigeon. Inhaling, my left side is a bit tighter, so I'm just tucking my angling in a bit more. I can't get that full parallel edge to my mat here. And then I'm going to surrender, just bow forward here. Releasing. I'm placing my forehead really firmly on the earth, and that's just a beautiful practice throughout yoga. It's just to really make contact, allow your Ajna chakra, your third eye, your mental command center to just be totally grounded on the earth. You can even imagine as if there was a drain there, and all of your monkey mind, the fluctuations of the mind, your thought forms to pour out into the earth as you stay here. Imagining it like a drain. Yoga is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga is the cessation of the mental fluctuations of the thought forms. As we know from Patanjali of Afghanistan, or what is now Afghanistan, Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. The first sutra is, what is yoga? Here comes yoga. And then in the second sutra, we find out what is yoga. Yoga is Chitta Vritti Nirodha, the cessation of the mental fluctuations of the thought forms. That still, peaceful, quiet mind. Better than a fast mind is a slow mind, and best of all is a still mind. As we concentrate on our breath, coming forward, gently lift and lengthen, exhale. Coming back, sealing our practice here. Let's move to the floor with this meditative awareness on the breath. Just taking a moment, let's just sit and reflect on our practice so far. Let it marinate and steep in. Our standing practice. We move through our Suriya Namaskar A and then our B. And we did some fun flow and variations. A lot of hip opening, deep breathing. And I invite you as we come to the ground to take some pratyahara, so inward drawing of the senses. It's one of our steps on our path to meditation. So we kind of just draw our senses inward with pratyahara rather than constantly seeking and looking and sensing outwards. Just drawing the senses inward, dropping in. And then the next step after we engage in pratyahara is concentration, dhyana. So let's just concentrate for a moment on our breath as well. Returning back to that beautiful breath, that life force energy. Indeed, without our breath, we will not have this gift of life. So honoring with reverence your breath, that gift of life that unites and bonds us all. We are all breathing the same breath. Sitting, getting ready for our forward fold. Feeling rooted and grounded, just lifting up and then rising up and reaching, lifting up and out into this active, engaged forward fold. So stay active and engaged in our fold. Lifting up and out, you can grab the toes, wherever your hands might fall is perfectly fine. It's really nice also as you do your groundwork to have some support, even if it's just to feel really supported there, even if you might not technically need it. And we're just breathing in this forward fold. You can stay lifted through your root lock. You can lift the pelvic floor. Allow for that beautiful upward flow energy by just activating the PC muscle, locking in that bandha. It's like a Kegel exercise if you're a woman. It's the action of if you're urinating and you have to stop quickly. So that is the action that we want, and it's a core practice in yoga, so that internal yoga. It's not all external, or very rarely is it, to be the focal point. Just closing the eyes down, and then you can surrender into a more yin style in this forward fold. I love to use blocks and props just to allow myself to really release. And in this forward fold, you can back off a bit. So having the prop will help you. And then you can get into your connective tissue when the muscle is relaxed. So at like 50, 60, 70% engagement. Then the scar tissue can start to be removed. The hyaluronic youth acid can then start to generate if we hold this for long enough. And the gelosol in the joints can start moving from a cold butter texture to a warm butter texture. So that gelosol can then start to support us as we aspire towards more range of motion and just healthier body overall. Just enjoying this forward fold, allowing yourself to be supported by a block or even just taking it really gentle. And then coming up, we can come back into our Purvottanasana. So here, I'm just leaning back. My fingers are facing forward towards my toes. I'm rolling my shoulders back, and I'm going to lift my seat up by engaging my core. My bottoms of my feet are going to come to the ground as I lift my seat. I lift my core, and I relax my neck back in this Purvottanasana. It's like reverse table. If you really need to, then feel free just to bend here and just allow it to be really in the shoulders. But I'm lifting my pelvic bowl up and letting my shoulders really just get that beautiful stretch. And it's the counter pose to that forward fold. So for every pose, there is a counter pose. Just crossing the legs, and then I invite you to step back. Let's do a few cat-cows here as we come towards the end of our practice. A lot of action in the shoulders and the hips in this flow. So just letting yourself enjoy lifting your head up as your belly and navel drops down in this cat posture, inhaling, and then exhaling, hugging the navel in. Sorry, a cat and then cow, right? Cow. And this must be the cat. Another fun practice with this cat-cow is to invert it and do the opposite. So instead of dropping my chin down, if you're super familiar with this, you do it all the time, try doing the opposite. What if I lifted my chin and my spine at the same time and just allowed that different pattern to form? So the fascia, the connective tissue, can have a slightly different experience there. Beautiful. Let's come down. We have not taken even one child's pose, so you definitely deserve that here. You can open the hips as it supports you, bringing the third eye again to the floor. Just resting here. Sometimes I like just to bring my chin or my cheek to the ground and then tucking in. Can just really let go and also release the shoulders. If you're a woman at different times in your cycle, you'll notice you'll be more or less flexible because of your hormones. So just noticing that as well, that things change in the body, even with the seasons. Let's just come down now, releasing that child's pose and rolling down. Let's bring our right knee in, just hug it in. Just for a moment, you can bring your left hand to your left quad just to kind of stabilize and ground it down. Just for a minute. You can even bring your right foot into a half happy baby if you really like. Some more hip opening, maybe you've had enough. And then let's just bring that right leg over to a beautiful twist to support our very, very important belly, our stomach health, that microbiome in the gut. Just that contraction can be helpful to find some movement in the ascending colon, rising up the right side, and the descending colon down the left. Just doing this as it supports you. As we come to a close, the left leg comes in as we release that posture, coming to the second side. In your own time, again, the left leg in. You can place your right arm on your right quadricep if you like to feel that. And then opening into a half happy baby if you want, as an option. And then just gently allowing this to come into a twist. My shoulders are on the earth, and I'm looking to the left as possible. Just noticing, allowing that twist to happen at the belly, the gut, the abdomen. So important to keep our digestive health functioning. In Ayurveda, the ancient lifestyle and medical wisdom from India, digestion is the seat of our health. So disease comes from undigested food rotting in the stomach or toxins in the belly. So that digestion is so important to look at, especially in America. Your food sources, luckily we have the farmers markets here. Organic foods are so important to eat, whole foods, unprocessed foods. As well as just learning, so much to learn in Ayurveda about how to support your digestion. Taking a moment as you release that. Let's just bend our feet inwards. And I'm going to invite you to a little bit of physical therapy. But as we are going to rock our pelvic bowl forward and back. So imagine your sacrum, which is the three fused vertebrae at the low back. Imagine it as a clock. So when I zipper up and tuck my pelvis in. That's what does the clock look like? The top of the clock is at 12 noon. And then the bottom of the clock must be 6. So coming to 12 noon, if that's right, and then 6 o'clock, and then 12 o'clock, and 6 o'clock, and then 12 o'clock, and then let's just go clockwise, just allowing the periphery or the circumference of your sacral bone, your sacred bone, the bottom of your pelvis, to just be massaged there where the attachment points are around here. And then let's reverse counterclockwise. Beautiful. And then let's rock 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And then let's try, 2 o'clock to like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock? Diagonal. So just diagonal. And then the other diagonal. So like 5 o'clock to 11 or 10? 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Just seeing how that feels in your body. Let's release. And if you have a block, just allowing yourself to come into another yin posture here. This compression can be so good for the body. And if you don't have a block, then just coming into a little shavasana for a moment before we enter into our final shavasana. So just feeling, letting this block rest under that sacrum, the 3 fused vertebra, the low back, at the back of the pelvic bowl. And just noticing the compression and observing the sensations and noticing the difference between a sharp shooting pain and then a dense energy that you might feel here. The contraction might feel uncomfortable, but is that really pain? Or is it sensation? Just a few moments here. You could stay here for quite some time to really help break up the scar tissue, the connective tissue, vasha, that's accessed through long, deep holds, just as braces through long, deep holds change the structure of our teeth. So too does a yin posture change the structure of the body at the level of connective tissue. So if you want increased range of motion, then yin postures, long, deep holds, often with props and pillows and blocks and blankets, is essential. If you're an extremely flexible person, that might not be necessary for you. If you're already flexible, you might need a more active yoga style, such as Ashtanga or Vinyasa. When you're ready, just bringing the feet back to the ground and removing the block. Or if you're in shavasana, just bring your feet to the ground. Just notice for a moment the rebound, the after effect of this long, deep hold. Let's just roll up and down the spine just to get that little back bending action coming. Up and down the spine just for a minute. You can allow the arms to rise up as you inhale and then exhaling down. You're only as young as your spine, so your spinal health is so important, and then all the different pieces of the spine, like the thoracic spine, the lower lumbar spine. How are these doing? So as you finish, then just coming to your final resting posture, corpse pose, shivasana, the pose to be mastered above all poses, the surrenderer, one of, if not the core tenet or philosophy in yoga is surrendering our attachments to the merits or rewards of our actions. So doing our practice, taking the action with your whole heart, and then surrendering the fruits, merits, or rewards back to the lotus feet of the Lord, if you will, to the divine will, or even universal consciousness. And if you don't like esoteric metaphysics and philosophy, then surrendering it back to nature. I'm going to guide you now through a short yoga nidra, yogic sleep. Stay here in your shavasana and bring your awareness to your right big toe and relaxing the right big toe. Bring your awareness to your second toe, your third toe, your fourth toe, your fifth toe. Lucidly bring your awareness, relaxing the bottom of your right foot and the top of your right foot, relaxing the right ankle and the right calf. Relax the shin of the right leg and the kneecap, the back of the knee. Relax the hamstring and the quadricep, the inner thigh and the outer thigh. Relax the right ball and socket joint at the right hip. Relax the entire right leg together with your awareness. Bring your awareness to your left big toe, your second toe, your third toe, your fourth toe, and your fifth toe. Relaxing the toes. Bring your awareness to the left bottom foot, the top of the foot, the left ankle. Relax your left calf and shin. Relax your left knee and kneecap, the back of the knee. Relax the hamstring and the quadricep. Relax the inner thigh and the outer thigh. Relax the left ball and socket joint and the left hip. Relax the entire left leg. Just feel a beautiful sensation of melting and warm liquid, melting gold, if you will, through both of your legs, just heavy, surrendered. Relax the pelvic bowl, the pelvis. Relax the sacrum. Relax the belly, the stomach. Relax the side waist. Relax the lower lumbar spine, the low back. Relaxing the kidneys. Relax the liver and the spleen. Relax the rib cage, the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Relax the lungs and the diaphragm. Relax the wingspan of the back, your shoulders and clavicles. Relax the thoracic spine. Relax your shoulders. Relax your chest, all the glands in the underarms and the chest. Relax the clavicle. Relax the shoulders, the underarms. Relax your right bicep. Relax your right elbow. Relax your right forearm and your right wrist. Bring your awareness to your right palm. Bringing your awareness to all 5 fingers on your right hand, and then contracting your awareness to the single point of your palm. Again, bring your awareness to all 5 fingertips on your right hand, and then contract your awareness to the palm. And just notice the ability for your concentration and awareness to both be at many points at the same time, and then to contract and be aware of a single point. This is the power of your awareness. Relax the right hand and trace your awareness up your entire right arm back to the shoulder, coming to the left shoulder, the left underarm. Relax the left bicep, relax the left elbow, relax the forearm. Bring your awareness to all 5 fingertips And then contract the awareness to be at the palm of the hand in a single point. Focusing on that single point at the palm of the hand, now expand your awareness to the many points of your fingers on the left hand. Just noticing your ability to bring your awareness to many things at once and then to focus it onto a single point as you relax your left hand. Trace your awareness up your left arm. Relax the neck and the throat, the esophagus. See if you can bring your awareness to every single hair on your head. Really bringing the awareness to every hair on your head. Now noticing again the condition of your mind. Is it relaxed and peaceful? Is it fast and agitated, quickly jumping from the past to the future, from one thought to the next? Or is the mind tamasic and sluggish, stupefied and slow? So just noticing the condition of your mind, and then the mind condition changes. And as you can observe the condition of your mind, therefore you are not your mind, you are not your thoughts, you are this awareness. Relaxing the eyeballs, the eyelashes, the bridge of the nose, the nostrils. Relaxing the cheeks, allowing the lips to slightly part. The tongue is heavy in the mouth. The soft palate of the mouth gently lifts. The jaw is relaxed. The ears are relaxed. Feeling the harmonious distribution of all of the received energies throughout the entire being. Sensation of floating, a dissolving of the body outline, merging. Om Bhur-Bhur-Bhasva Tattavitru-Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata Om Triambakam Yajammahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmiva Vandana Mrityor Mukshiyat Mamritate Om Asatoma Sarkamaya Tamsoma Jyotir Kamaya Mrityor Mamamritam Kamaya. Taking a breath, returning to your body, coming back, wiggling the fingers and the toes first, and then stretching in your own time, reaching up, stretching the body, gently rolling over to one side, supporting the ear on the bicep, and just spending a moment on your side, feeling supported and nourished in your own time. When you're ready, gently support yourself, lifting yourself up by pressing down into the earth with your hands, to a seat, coming back to seated. Bringing your hands to your heart center in Anjali, sealing your practice, chanting the sound of Om 3 times sweetly. So sweetly, chanting the sound of Om. Om is 60% Awu and 40% The is the medicine, so don't miss out. So we'll inhale once and exhale together. And then we'll inhale and we'll chant the sound of Om sweetly 3 times in unison. Inhale, exhale. And inhale to chant the sound of Om. Thanking yourself for showing up to do your practice today. Thanking the great teachers of yoga and the great Guru Shiva for sharing this wisdom with us. Bending forward, coming to the earth, sealing finally your practice. Namaste.